Welcome to the Utah Street Banter Podcast.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode here on the Utah Street Banter Podcast. I'm Cody. With me, like always, is Elisha. What's up, buddy?
Not much.
You having a good...
Talk some ball.
Yeah, man. You having a good week so far? Everything down?
Not too bad.
It's Monday. The Orioles are off. It's kind of convenient every time we do the podcast on a Monday right now.
No.
It didn't happen in June at all.
No, that was a long punt. Sadly, the Orioles got off. I didn't. So, it was a hot day today.
It was hot. It was hot.
Off the wall. But luckily, the Orioles got some rest. I saw a video. Adley Rutschman was on a helicopter today.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. So, he was enjoying his time off.
That's cool. Hey, man. Sounds like fun. Just a real quick little shout out. I mean, they probably won't shout us out, but there's a cool podcast for all your hardcore Orioles fans right now. It's called the Adam Jones Podcast, which is obviously Adam Jones. But this week they had Buck Showalter on there. Pretty cool conversation. Just kind of give you some insight of like our old Orioles. You're like prime Orioles, right? I mean, my prime Orioles is like Brady Anderson, Kyle Ripken. Your prime, which I don't have any problem with yours. I like them too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but it's pretty cool because you get to hear about how they were kind of just normal. Talk about how Adam Jones went to Bucks, where he lived and stuff. Just cool stuff. Just kind of talking, just the normal life of a baseball player. So anyway, but we'll jump into our podcast. So and see how we can do today. We've had a heck of a week, Orioles baseball. Were we in first place last week at this time, right?
I believe so.
I think we were.
We were barely.
Yeah, and we're, what, 2 or 3?
I think it's 3.
3 games? Well, whatever. We're in first place.
That's all.
So that's all that matters.
And we're sitting pretty comfortable.
I'm trying to not get stressed out about first place because, like I said last time, we were in first place last year. That didn't work out. But one thing I want to talk about this time is we're going to go through our box scores like we always do, guys. But before we get into that, we're going to talk about our strength of schedule. We came off of the most difficult strength of schedule in all of baseball for the beginning of the season. And now for the rest of the season, we're 21st out of 30 in strength of schedule. There's still some difficult matchups. Obviously, we got the Guardians for 4 more games. Right now, they're one of the best teams in baseball. We got the Dodgers for 3 games. They're obviously one of the best. They are probably, if not arguably the best team in baseball. The Yankees for 6. That's a tough one, but it's our division. You got to just be prepared for that. And then the Twins, the Red Sox. Hopefully, by the time we really get deep in with them, they cool off because they're just hot right now. It's a bad time to play the Red Sox. And then the Mariners again for 3. But those are your difficult strength of schedules there. No, I said Mariners. I meant Padres. I'm sorry, guys. Padres for 3. So, so we got Guardians, Dodgers, Yankees, Twins, Red Sox, and Padres. That's your difficult opponents, which I get. MLB, they're all difficult. But those are your above 500 teams that we have to face. So the one good thing is, we got 3 more against the White Sox, thank God. Rockies, Miami Marlins, Nats. We have the Cubs coming up. They're under 500 right now, so you got to put them in there. The Blue Jays under 500. I have a hard time with them being in that category because it's AL East. AL East is tough.
They're still good.
Yeah. So you see anything in those that you want to kind of point out?
I think we get over ourselves and you worry about strength schedule, stuff like this, and it's definitely important, but at the same time, you can have a hard schedule. You can have do you think the Yankees thought after the series against us and the Braves, they could have been swept by the Mets, split a series with the Blue Jays?
Same with us, right?
By the Reds.
Same with us. We go to the Astros, get swept, and even the A's. Guys, I'm glad we're not playing the A's in the playoffs because they play us hard. We should have
against them this year.
I want to stay away from there.
I think it's the Tyler Nevin revenge.
I
think that's why.
Yeah, so
hit a bomb against the Celtics.
Definitely glad that's over. Used to, you pray to God to play the A's, and then they score 17 or 18 on you. You're like, forget that. But yeah. So I just want to kind of give you a rundown of the rest of the second half of the season and what that kind of looked like, and just I'm hopeful. I feel going into the last month I was really stressed about the schedule. And I'm not as stressed.
We could go the rest of the season
and not lose a game. We're not going to lose another game this year. No, I'm kidding.
We could just go the rest of the season, play 500 ball, and we're comfortably in a playoff spot.
We're good guys. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. It's fun. I'm excited. I just, like I said, the only difference is the Yankees have a very similar strength of schedule as we do. You know who the most difficult strength schedule?
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay. Oh yeah, you do. Because you
sent me the.
Well, I forgot. I forgot you were looking at. So, but yeah, that's a bad time to be Tampa Bay because you're already scuffling a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think they're gonna have an interesting month. The Devil Magic that the Rays always have is just it's always something.
Devil Magic.
Well, I mean, they were the Devil Rays, so
yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
But I mean, it's the AL East is always going to be tough, and if the Blue Jays are the worst team in the division, they're still better than the majority of them will be somehow.
You're right.
Like they might do bad, but they're still going to float above 500.
Yep.
Play good baseball. They're still going to put up good numbers against us. Still going to play hard baseball.
Absolutely. You ready to get into some box scores?
Yeah, especially the winning ones.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna go to July 2nd, and that game is the Orioles versus the Mariners. We pulled this one out 2-0. Thank goodness, because Grayson Rodriguez pitched very well. Grayson went 6 1/3, gave up 2 hits with 8 strikeouts. I mean, I don't think you could have done any better. Well, our whole pitching staff, you don't give up a run, you're gonna win the game most likely.
Yeah.
So we went against George Kirby, who's also a very good pitcher, and that's why we probably only scored 2 off of him. The big thing here, guys, is Mullins and Santander, both RBIs here. But Elijah, you got a lot to talk about here, don't you?
Yeah, I sure do. I mean, you kind of noted on the first one of my 3 takeaways for that. So I'm going to be trying to do this probably every episode now with my takeaways, trying to really figure out how to dive into these games without just getting repetitive. And I have my 3 takeaways for each game for all the games I'm talking about. And my first one's just Grayson was filthy.
Yeah.
It's plain and simple. Like you said, 6 1/3, no earned runs, 8 Ks, 2 hits. He did give up 4 walks, but I think when you're Grayson, you're nibbling the corners. That's kind of bound to happen.
Yep.
Especially against a team that's really struggling offensively like the Mariners. They're going to be looking for walks almost, which you never want to do as a major league team, but they might have been doing that. What I particularly like about the start is his changeup. I think this start's the best it's ever looked. He got 3 strikeouts on it. Hitters went 0 for 6 against it except for a walk. You can't really ask for anything better from a pitcher in general, whether we have 2 aces.
Yeah.
That's really what you say.
Yeah, and he's coming off that really bad start.
Yeah.
The previous one before that.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, Grayson's on the up, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's great.
Then the other thing is George Kirby. He's just, he did really good.
Yeah.
The Orioles. Sorry. Go ahead.
No. I was gonna say that was the thing I was nervous about this whole series. Right? Is the Mariners they're struggling at the plate, but their pitching's good.
I mean, they have a bottom 5 offense, but top 5 rotation.
Yeah,
like
they're the exact opposite of us, really. Like,
yeah,
I mean, like that's hard. That's not fair to our pitching staff.
We have a bottom 5 pitching.
I know, but it what they think how good their pitching is how good we think our lineup is.
That's true.
That's all.
That's actually that's comparable. Yeah, I understand that. But Kirby, he did really good. We managed to put up 2 runs on some singles, but we had 7 hits against him. Went 2 for 10 with runners in scoring position, which has kind of been our forte this year.
Yeah.
We've done really good with runners in scoring position, so it's hard when you're struggling. But the interesting thing I did find is that I compared Kirby and Rodriguez's stats.
Uh-huh.
They're eerily similar. Kirby has pitched a lot more innings, but the ERA is really close to each other. ERA plus is close to each other. Kirby has 4 more strikeouts than Grayson. Grayson's K percentage is a little bit higher, but the one difference is walks.
Right.
Grayson's walked 30 compared to Kirby's 11. But most of their stats are really similar. They're, I think, really comparable pitchers. They're both young, and they're both going to be good for a long time. So it's kind of interesting to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Moving on to the next game. No? Oh, you still got more?
I got one more.
I didn't know you had more.
Yeah.
This is nothing. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Did I not say 3?
All right. Well, tell me your third.
Well, I just want to go back in memory lane.
Okay.
Remember last year. I remember the year before.
Oh, you're just trying to hit me with something.
Nationals DFA'd a lowly pitcher.
Okay.
And we picked him up, and he did amazing for us as a starter. Then we made him a reliever last year, and it worked out a little bit. Not quite much.
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Austin Voth. He's on the Mariners as a reliever this year.
Yes.
He's done really good this season. He came in after Mullins had an RBI single against Kirby and made it 1st and 3rd with 1 out. He actually walked the first batter.
Yep.
And then struck out Gunner and got out the out.
Yeah, he realized that the Orioles apparently couldn't hit any breaking balls because they missed everything.
Yeah, well, apparently we just couldn't hit against him because the only way we got on base.
Well, he's our pal.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bauman, on the other hand, he got 3 outs.
Yeah.
In the 9th inning. He came in. We DFA'd him earlier this year, just roster crunch. We didn't there was nothing else for him to do.
Right.
We ended up trading him there, got a prospect or a low prospect back, and he has been struggling though this year. He has a 5.87 ERA with the Mariners, so it's not quite working out from there, but he did good against us. That's all that matters. Now you're allowed to move on.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Thank you so much. All right, so moving on to the July 4th Eve. The Orioles, again, playing our second game against the Mariners. And we're going to win this game 4-1 just to kind of make you all happy right from the beginning. The big news here is Dean Kramer was back. And he did really well, I thought. He went 5 innings, gave up no runs, 8 strikeouts, kind of hurt his pitch count a little bit, with 2 walks, only gave up 2 hits throughout that 5 innings. Another great game. Aiken comes in. I believe Aiken gave up a home run, if I can remember. Yes, he did. He gave up a home run because I think that's what Aiken does. You know what I mean? I mean, God's sakes. But anyway, Jacob Webb looked good. Samuel Perez looked good. And Kimbrel got his 21st save of the season. We went up against Logan Gilbert, who's also another great pitcher. We beat him up at home in the previous series, and we got him here. Got him for 4 runs in 5 innings. But again, their bullpen shuts us down. The big thing here is O'Hearn hit a moonshot in the 5th inning off of Gilbert. That was his 11th home run of the season. But not a ton. I mean, not a ton to talk about. I mean, you know, so Mountcastle, O'Hearn had 3 RBIs. O'Hearn's the reason we won the game.
Yeah. I mean, you pretty much hit on my 3 takeaways there. This bad. One's no, that's personal.
Get out.
These takeaways are more for the puns of my titles. I'm proud of myself for this. So for my first one, it's Creamer of the crop because cream of the crop. So he came off the IL like you said, just dominated. 8 Ks off the IL is great. Couldn't have asked for anything else. Instead of Corvin going out there and probably doing bad, we got this, and I think it's a good sign for our rotation. Yep. Getting someone back, Kramer. Just take your mind back to 2018 when we traded away Manny Machado. This is your return. Yeah. Sadly, Yusniel Diaz didn't turn out with what he was supposed to be, but this was the return for that trade to the Dodgers, and he's done.
Done great.
Done good. Yeah, he's done better than that last 2 months of Manny Machado would have done for us.
Yep.
And then we put the hurt in Logan Gilbert. That one too. Yeah, like you said. We kind of roughed him up, gave him 4 earned runs. It was mainly O'Hearn, like you said. He had his 3 RBIs, double homer. But he has the 7th best ERA in the AL. He's a really, really good pitcher this year. Good pitcher in his whole career. Everyone's a good pitcher on the Mariners. Yep. But we roughed him up. That's all it took.
Yeah, that's all it took, man. Yeah, moving on to the 4th of July, if I'm allowed to. Elijah might yell at me again. But we went up against Bryce Miller, who's another great pitcher for the Mariners, and we threw out our ace in Corbin Burns, and it didn't go very well. So really just the whole game kind of sucked here, guys. Corbin Burns goes 6 innings, gives up 2 earned, because that's what he does. He gives up 1 or 2, but if you scored 3, you should win, right? But we scored 3 and lost because Baker comes in, gives up 3, and only gets 2 outs, and then Aiken, of course, comes in and gives up his daily 2. So we lose this game 7-3. Not being a Debbie Downer on it. I mean, we took 2 out of 3 against a good ball team, a good Mariners team. It's hard to sweep that pitching staff there. Gunnar Henderson hit his 27th home run of the year in this game, and Westbrook also hit his 14th home run of the season.
Yeah, I mean, Burns did what Burns does. He
kept you in the game, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's what your ace does. Yep. He gets you 6 innings. Yep. You're going to give up. You can't expect him to not give up any runs ever. 2 runs isn't bad.
Never. I never want him to give a run.
I mean, you look at it. He gave up 2 runs. Yes, you don't want him to give up runs. Give a home run to Julio Rodriguez. He sucked this year, but that's a really great player.
Yeah. He's gonna turn.
He's gonna turn around. Exactly. I don't know why I trust some of the guys in our pen. Baker should not have come into that situation in a close game like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, it proved it. He immediately loaded the bases up. The double, gave up some runs.
I just don't know if we have anybody else. Like, I think that.
No, we do, because our bullpen was actually rested.
Yeah, I know, but who would you rather come in?
Literally anybody. No, any of our other 6 relievers.
Yeah,
I'd rather come in than these 2.
Yeah,
Aiken. Okay, I need to control myself because Aiken should not be on this roster. There is no way you can't tell me that Nick Vespi would be doing better than Keegan Aiken. I don't care if we have to DFA him. If someone wants him, they can have our garbage.
Garbage, wow.
But Nick Vespi's been sent up and down, and we're gonna have to DFA him soon if we send him up and down. He only has one more option.
Yeah.
Up and down and up, and he's stuck.
Yeah.
And we'll DFA because apparently Elias thinks he's garbage, which I don't know what he sees in Aiken at this point.
Yeah.
Aiken, I feel like
he's thinking throw left-handed. That's about it.
Yeah, so could Vespi though.
That's true. Yeah, you're
Vespi's
right.
a lefty.
Yeah.
Aiken at this point, I feel like you have to pencil him in for at least a run every time.
Yeah.
Especially a home run. Because I remember I was watching this game. I was about to go get a shower. I see him come up like, there's runner on. Oh, he's gonna give up a home run here. What did you do? Give up a home run.
Right.
It's frustrating.
It is frustrating.
Let's talk about the positive though. Kerstav was batting second.
Yeah, that is a positive.
He's really getting trusted. He's getting playing time. It's hard because Hayes is doing good. Santander's doing good. Kowser's starting to warm back up. Mullins is doing better. You have all these out. This is the problem that we were talking about at the beginning of the season. Remember when we had Stowers and Kowser and Kerstav all killing it in spring training? We didn't know who would play. Finally, the pressure's being put on Hyde to figure out who's going to play.
Right.
You bat him second. It didn't really work out, and he didn't do anything. But I think it's a good sign for the future that he's, instead of earlier this season when he didn't play, he's actually going to get playing time.
Right, absolutely. That's a huge plus. I mean, you like seeing him get the play time, right? Moving on to our next series, we got a wonderful series with a team that we actually struggle against, and that's the Oakland A's. And this was our last series ever at the Oakland Coliseum. It's funny because I was actually watching the broadcast at most of the games, and they were talking about how I guess their playing field is one of the best in baseball, and they're getting ready to go and play at the Giants. Is it their AAA stadium, I believe, or AA? No, it's gonna be the Giants.
Oh, it is the
Giants. Yeah.
Oh.
And the field's gonna be complete turf, right? So that's gonna be and it can be up to 105 to 109 degrees there.
Wow.
Can you imagine how that turf's gonna be, guys? Like that's gonna be bad. But we'll jump into this game here. So we're playing Oakland. Oakland has Hogan Harris on the mound. I'm sure everybody has his jersey.
That just takes me back to sitting at your father and my grandfather's house watching Hogan here.
Hogan Harris, right? So can you imagine if you are an A's fan or a random baseball fan, you get tickets. Say you're just happen to be in Oakland. Orioles are playing the A's, and you're gonna watch Hogan Harris go against Albert Suarez. And you're like, really? Like they got Grayson, they got Corbin.
It's one of the matchups of all time.
Yeah. Well, Albert Suarez pitches great. Pitches to what I think's great for him.
Yeah.
He goes 6 innings, gives up 2 earned throughout the 6th, but he actually pitched pretty well. If you watch this game, we win this game 3-2. And another guy, TJ McFarland, pitches in this game against us and does well, like all ex-Orioles do. And does well. Jacob Webb comes in, does well again. Cannell, great. Kimbrel, great. So Kimbrel has 2 strikeouts here. Look like Kimbrel. Really the biggest thing here, guys, I want to talk about is just Albert Suarez just keeping us in another game, going 6 full, making it so our bullpen only has to cover 3 innings.
Yeah. I mean, here, I will warn you, this is the last pun of the day. I've coined it Suarez's soiree because he dazzled. He danced.
Oh, my God.
The fastball was just hiding. The interesting thing that I found, this is the first time he made it into the 7th inning all season.
Really?
And he only got 6 innings pitched because the first batter Shea Langeliers hit a home run and he got pulled immediately. But it's promising that every start now I feel like he's getting just deeper and deeper in games, and that's really good because I feel like it was like 2 weeks ago he never made it into 6th inning, and now he's getting there consistently. Offense didn't do too much. We had an unearned run on a throwing error, and we walked a run in.
Yeah,
we really shouldn't have won this game. I can't even think of 3 things to take away from this game. The one thing I will say, though, is as you were talking about the Coliseum, I did look it up. So the Orioles actually were the first team to play in the Oakland Coliseum.
I did not know that.
I only know this because I watched an Instagram video put out by Kevin Brown. He was sitting at the top of the Coliseum talking about it. Could you say who hit the first home run in the Oakland Coliseum?
Oh, have I ever heard?
You 100% know who this is. He has a barbecue place.
Boog Powell.
It was Boog Powell. Yeah. Boog Powell hit the first ever home run in the Oakland Coliseum.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just pulling out all your random knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah. So we should have sent him to a 1-year deal. Or 1-day deal. Had him hit 1 more.
Yeah.
Get there a letter for bro. Letter hack.
I don't know if he could swing the bat.
I mean, we're going to try it.
Well, yeah, very boring game.
I think in the next game, they should have let him go out there and they soft tossed it to him. And just, you guys may swing so you hit one because it didn't matter. Yeah. Are you done with that game? Can I move on?
Yeah, you can. Should we just skip game 2?
Yeah, right. Game 2 was terrible. Cade Povich got an inning in, inning of a bullpen session, really, because he gave up 8 earned, 3 walks, couldn't throw a strike. It was rough. Gave up 2 home runs in his 1 inning, and then they pulled him out. We're losing 8-0. You said, well, good, that's over. Dylan Tate comes in, gives up 4 in 2 innings. So then you're like, oh, pull him out. Thank God that's over. Then your boy Cole Irvin comes in, goes 4 innings, gives up 5 earned.
At least he went 4 innings.
He went 4 innings. And then the best pitcher of the day finally comes in that just shut them down. And that's James McCann, our catcher.
Yeah.
He comes in, pitches an inning, gives up 2 earned, which is the least amount.
It gives up a 2-run home run to Kyle McCann, I believe.
Oh, really? Okay.
No relation. I saw the home run. I had to look it up.
Kyle McCann, yeah.
I had to look it up that James McCann, Brian McCann, of course, the old catcher for Braves and other teams, and Kyle McCann, none of them are related. It's just
I thought James and Brian McCann were related.
No, they all happen to be McCanns that are catchers. All of them are catchers still. I found that interesting. McCann homered off of McCann.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a terrible game.
Yeah,
it was 8. We lose 19-8. Everybody, in case you guys were wondering.
The only good thing you could say is that we scored runs.
Yeah, we scored.
I mean,
because their pitchers were like, we'll just throw it down the middle.
Pretty much. The one thing I do want to note about Keith Povich, though, is he struggled on the road this year. His home and away splits. I actually surprised Cody with this earlier. He has a 2.7 ERA in 3 games and 16 2/3 innings at home. Away, he is in 3 games and 11 innings, a 12.27 ERA.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah,
rough. And how about this? Strikeout to walk ratio: 14 strikeouts to walks. Home, 0.33 on the road.
Oof.
So he's walked 12 batters on the road compared to 1 at home.
So basically, he should just not leave.
No.
Yeah, he just.
He should never.
You're getting game 1 of every series at home.
Yep.
Just get it done with, and then just go put your shoes back in your locker. You're done for the day.
Pretty much. Yeah, that's all he can do apparently.
Right. All right, moving on to the next game real quick. This is Sunday's game against the A's, where to me I thought this was like a must-win because the Yankees won the night before. We go against I can't remember his name. Spence. What's his friend? Mitch Spence. If you guys get on me because I forgot that guy's first name, you can go somewhere. Mitch Spence pitched against us, but we had our other ace on the mound, Grayson Rodriguez, and he pitched well. He threw 6 innings, did really good until his 5th inning, or his 6th inning, and he gave up 3 earned. My man had 8 strikeouts, only 1 walk. Really like his command. That's why he could pitch so late because his pitch count was really good. And then Jacob Webb comes in again, pitches great again. If you've heard me throughout this whole box score, you keep hearing me say Jacob Webb pitched great again. And Yennier Cano, another great outing. And Kimbrel, another good outing again with 2 strikeouts to get his 23rd save of the year. Santander had a home run, and Kershad had a home run in this game.
Yeah, I mean, we had one of the main things is we had a great first inning. 2 home runs, 2 outs. Santander comes up and just hooks one down the line. Didn't put too much into it, just a great swing at the hip. I mean,
yeah,
that's a Santander swing right there. Then you have 2 runners get on, and Kerstad comes up and just smokes the ball to center field. Smokes it. And I look at him when he swings, because it's so funny, because like him running and stuff, he looks like he's 12 still.
Yeah,
and it's just, he has so much power. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Grayson did amazing. 6 innings pitched, like you said, 3 earned runs. And his changeup was filthy again. This is what I'm more impressed with, though, right here. Is over the past 7 games, right? His changeup has been so filthy. Opponents are 4 for 42 against it.
Wow.
They have a .095 batting average.
Sure. That's awesome.
No home runs, 18 strikeouts, 2 walks.
So what you're saying is you just throw it every single time.
Every single time. Yeah. No, he had
just kidding.
He had 3 strikeouts against the A's with it. He had 3 strikeouts against the Mariners with it. It's slowly becoming his number 2 pitch.
Yeah.
I think it should have already been that, but he really favors his slider and curveball still for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't understand why, but yeah, he did really good this game. And then I have 2 other things. They're both involving the bullpen though. Bullpen, it clicked in my head when you were talking about how Jacob Webb and Yennier Cano were doing good. I think this may be the first week that we've not really had a bad bullpen day.
Yeah.
I mean, besides
the game, everybody
or besides the 18 runs or 19 runs.
I mean, to me, that's just the ball rolling downhill. It's hard to stop that.
Yeah, that's after the 2nd inning. There's nothing you can do. But other than the Aiken and Baker game where they just kind of blew it, everyone did their job.
Yeah.
I mean, And this is my big thing. Kimbrel has done amazing for us. He got another save. That makes it his last 5 appearances. He's got a save in each one.
Mm.
He's been just killing it. He has a 2.1 ERA on the year in 38 games. He has 23 saves in 38 games. That's not bad.
No.
34 in the third inning, 52 strikeouts, which is his signature thing. Always has great strikeouts. And he's climbed to 4th on the all-time save list with 440, slowly approaching Leesman. And it's just, we'll talk about him later when we're talking about all-star stuff, but he's just done outstanding this season. And I feel like he's kind of underrated because I think this kind of how his last season was too, but Philly fans are more tough on him and only see the negative, where we know he hasn't had a bad week or something since the last time we played the A's.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's 3rd in the league in saves with 23. Only people in front of him is St. Louis Cardinals' Ryan Helsley, and then Emmanuel Clase, who plays for the Guardians. So, but having a decent season now, I guess ever since we told everybody that he shouldn't be, we didn't say it. I did. I probably said that he shouldn't be the closer. So I'll take that heat. But no, been doing great. He probably heard our podcast. He didn't want us having to heat us with us again. You know what I mean? He's probably like, nah. No, but seriously, he even looks good. His fastball is life. Real healthy fastball. So really enjoying that. If we want, we can jump to something kind of fun to talk about. That's the All-Star ballot, or not the ballot. The ballot's done. The All-Star game, the All-Star rosters. A little bit of fun, a little bit of just because I mean, with the fan voting, we had so many people right there on the edge, and then Major League Baseball's like, we'll take care of that, and we'll shut that down because we need more.
Those big markets.
What big market ball clubs? So obviously Gunnar Henderson is a starter. Adley Rutschman is a starter. We got also our third and only, Corbin Burns,
who I believe should also be a starter.
Yeah. So I really doubt, guys, that we're going to see Corbin there. My man just had twins. I would almost guarantee you if there's any time for him not to be there, and I can't blame him on this time. Like, I mean, how many times has he seen him? Yeah, well, a bit spent like time.
Yeah.
So that's a life-changing event. So, So I don't know if he'll be there. He said that him and his family were gonna have to discuss that. And but yeah. So anyway, just to kind of go through and tell you how annoyed we are a little bit. We have our snubs. So our Orioles snubs that we thought were pretty big. So I got one, and Elijah has like 7 sentences here. No, I'm kidding. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. My snub is Grayson Rodriguez is my snub for this. And here's the reason why. Grayson Rodriguez, if I can pull this up, is tied in all of baseball, not just American League, tied for all of baseball in wins. He's 11-3 this season. Corbin Burns, who I love, he's our ace. He's 9-3. So Grayson's 11-3 and pitching fantastic. I mean, I don't know what else you want from him. It's just frustrating in my mind. Just kind of go through this again. We said the exact same stuff last time. So Grayson's giving up 10 home runs. Corbin's giving up 12. Grayson's walked 30. Corbin's walked 25. Grayson and Corbin have both struck out 105. Grayson's average is 236. Corbin's average is 215. And Elijah, why is some of these numbers elevated on Grayson? Because of what? One bad start. Bad start.
Yeah, and the only thing that I will say is I think it's even more impressive for him to have the same amount of strikeouts because Corbin's been kind of not known as a strikeout guy, but he's been top in the league, like top 20 strikeout guy basically ever since like 2019 or whatever.
Yeah, and Grayson's pitched
what, 20, 30 less innings?
Yeah, Grayson's at 94 innings, and great point, Elijah. And Corbin's at 112.
That also taken into consideration, he already has more walks than Corbin and less innings, so he has more strikeouts, less walk. That's the kind of thing that you have to take into consideration. He is wilder. I think, like you said, though, his bad starts, he just, instead of being Corbin, where you have a bad start, you give up 4 or 5 runs, you still make it through it. His bad starts are bad starts. Like, they're really bad starts.
Yeah. But for All-Star wise, he's my snub. Am I surprised he didn't go? No, I'm not surprised because we're the Orioles. So if you put Grayson on the Yankees and he's on there, he probably, there's no issue.
I mean, if you give us a Yankee logo, we have 8 All-Stars right now.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, because you look at the Guardians and they have them. I believe, they have 5. So And I don't mind the Guardians. Like, as an Orioles fan, I'm rooting for a team like the Guardians to get more people in there and get, some Yankee Red Sox, out. So it's okay. Elijah, who's your Orioles snub?
So like you said, I have multiple. I have two. The problem is that I'm very passionate about both of these. The first one's Jordan Westburg.
Right.
It is a shame that he is not, like, I think All-Star voting after this year has to change for multiple reasons. The fan voting for the starter it's just a popularity contest. Everyone knows that. It's ridiculous. Jorge Mateo was third in votes for second base. As an Orioles fan, that's ridiculous.
So you think he should have been less?
Yes. 100%. Also, though, second in second baseman was Marcus Semien. He's done terrible this year, and he's somehow an all-star over top of Jordan Westburg. I believe we're going to have their stats right here.
Yep.
But Jordan Westburg has more WAR and less games and less plate appearances. He has more hits, more home runs, more RBIs, more stolen bases, a much better batting average, much better OBP, much better slug, much better OPS, much better OPS plus, much better defense.
Everything.
And he can play, and people are saying, oh, he's a third baseman. Yes, he's played like 20 more games at third base than second base. He has still played plenty of games at second base to take out second. And this is what I don't like about the All-Star game, is you have people calling for Corey Seager as a snub. That's fine. If you're going to have the one person per team make it to the All-Star game, you can't pick just a random person. You have to pick a position that's at, like, a person that's, if there's one All-Star from this team, it's Josh Smith. Josh H. Smith. He's done the best by far. He is, I think, the only above-average player on their team.
Right.
He should have been there. He plays third base and second base. He could have taken that spot.
Yeah, if you're listening to us on the podcast and not on the YouTube channel, basically we have a graphic up that's showing this craziness. And then, Elijah, you have another one, right?
Well, no, I'm not talking about Jordan Westbrook.
Oh, no, I know, but you have another graphic about Jordan Westbrook.
Another one comparing him to Isaac Paredes. He is a third baseman that got chosen for the Rays. Okay, understand. He is slightly better. Well, not slightly. He's a lot better than Marcus Semien. But Westbrook's still better. Westbrook has a better WAR and less games and less plate appearances. The only thing that Paredes has over him is they have the same amount of home runs, and Paredes' on-base percentage is slightly better because Jordan Westbrook does.
But everything else.
He has more hits, more RBIs,
Westbrook does.
more stolen bases, a better batting average, better slugging, better OPS, better OPS plus. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And this one's not as drastic. This one, if Marcus Semien wasn't there and it was just Paredes, I wouldn't be upset about it.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, okay, you know what? They needed someone from the Rays. At least the stats aren't too. It's only 20 points difference on the batting average. It's only 40 points on slug.
Right.
Like, that's relatively similar. It's just insane. And then I do have another player with another graphic. That's Craig Kimbrell. Talked about him earlier. This one is my least favorite one of all. Because this is just a shame. I'm going to be honest. If it was just any other reliever than who it is, I'd be fine. Clay Holmes made the All-Star game. Clay Holmes has done god-awful this year. Kimbrell has more WAR and more games and less innings pitched, but he has a better win-loss record, some people don't care about wins. Okay, he has 4 more saves. He has 0.9 better ERA.
Yeah.
He has
almost a run total difference. No.
ERA plus is wild. He has like 15, 20 more strikeouts. His K percentage is much better. He has walked slightly more people. That's it.
I think this is one of those two where if you're Clay Holmes, even like it's not his fault that he made it. Like even he's like, wow. This
is my thing. This is how I know it's bad. Yankees fans are saying that he shouldn't have made it.
Right.
That when Yankees fans are admitting something was wrong with their own players, that's it.
There's a pretty cool quote you have, right? Jim Palmer's quote. We'll put this up here too.
Yeah, it's Jim Palmer. He said, MLB should be embarrassed they bowed to the New York bias. Jim Palmer said. And it's 100% true. But the problem is it's not the MLB's fault. It's the players' fault.
Yeah.
Because the players are the ones who vote for the reserves on the All-Star game. And it's just something has to change because the players, let's be honest, if you're the 25th, 26th man on the Diamondbacks, do you know who Jordan Westburg is?
Probably not.
Like, do you really know that much? If you're the last bullpen option in the Chicago Cubs bullpen, do you know if Isaac Paredes is doing better? You just might know his name. They just vote for names. That's why Marcus Semien's there. That's why Clay Holmes is there. And it's a shame.
Who is your biggest? Well, I'll go first if you want.
You go.
All right, we'll talk about real quick our non-Orioles snubs, as our right as MLB. Mine is pretty crazy. Ronel Blanco, he is a Houston Astro. Don't worry, you don't need to bill him. He wasn't there during the whole scandal, so it's fine. And so anyway, Ronel Blanco is the guy. He's thrown, I believe, the only no-hitter of the season for this season, and he's been pitching absolutely out of his mind. Amazing. So this season so far, he is 8-3, which is, that's great. Good. All right. So he's one game under Corbin. He has a 2.53 ERA, and just, dominating, doing fantastic. Here's my thing, though, okay? So the All-Star game is supposed to have people that has had an extraordinary first half of the season. You're the only guy to throw a no-hitter, right? And you're doing well, so it wasn't just a fluke. I think 8-3 with a no-hitter gets you in. That should be. You know what I mean? Because you'd be like, what a story that would be. He's at the All-Star game. This is a guy that threw your no-hitter.
So I will counter that, but still support Blanco. So I think to a lot of people today, including myself, don't care about wins. I don't care about wins, particularly as a stat, because he can be 8-3. Those 3 losses, he could have pitched 8 innings of 1-run ball. All it takes is his offense not to score a run, and that's a loss. Or he could go 5 innings, give up 8 runs, but they scored 9 runs, so he gets a win. I don't think wins and losses really matter, but his ERA is incredible. His underlying statistics are incredible. He has been a very good pitcher. I would like to say I think the whole sticky stuff hurt him probably when he got taken out. Like, that may have just hurt his image. I'm not going to say that he was cheating or he wasn't, but that probably, I would have to assume that affected it slightly.
Maybe.
But I mean, he definitely, like your Orioles snubs, Grayson Rodriguez, he belongs to be there over Grayson.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be honest, there's half the pitchers, he belongs to be over there.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane.
Yeah.
But my non-Orioles snub, which is just ridiculous.
It's kind of an Orioles snub.
Well, former Orioles snub. Yeah. Christian Walker, former Orioles first baseman. He isn't in, and I will say, he's had a good season. Not a great season, but a good season. He's really done good lately. And one of the first basemen, Pete Alonso, made it. And you're like, well, we'll have this graphic up too for those watching on YouTube. It's just embarrassing for them. He has a 2.8 WAR compared to Pete Alonso's 1 WAR. He's played more games, had more plate appearances, had more hits, more home runs, more RBIs. Hey, the first basemen are speedy. They have the same amount of stolen bases at 2. He has a better batting average, better on-base percentage, better slug, better OPS plus. That's not to discredit Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso's done good this year. He's just been above average.
Yeah.
Christian Walker's been a better first baseman, just plain and simple. Right. And his defense is really good. He should be there 100%.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt. And
I agree.
It's a shame that he's not there.
Yeah.
And that's when I think you start to look, we're Orioles fans. Say you don't want to care about us talking about Grayson Rodriguez, Jordan Westburg, Craig Kimbrell, all of that. Whatever. If we can look at other teams and say, because I'm going to be honest, if there was, say Craig Kimbrell made it and Clay Holmes had Kimbrell stats and Kimbrell had home stats, I'll come out here and say, I don't think he deserved it.
Right.
But it's just, you got to,
I agree.
You got to look to an extent that it's just, it's bad.
I agree. Let me run down the American League starters here for the All-Star game. Adley Rutschman will be our catcher. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is first baseman because his last name's Guerrero Jr., but that's okay. Second base is Jose Altuve. Third base is one of the best third basemen in all of baseball, Jose Ramirez. Shortstop, Gunnar Henderson. Outfield, Aaron Judge. Outfield, Juan Soto. The other outfielder is a guy that is going to be so much fun to watch. I hope they have him mic'd. Stephen Kwan, the Cleveland Guardians outfielder. Really, there's going to be sound bites. YouTube him, guys. He's awesome. And our DH is Yordan Alvarez. Pretty excited about that. I mean, it's going to be a couple cool guys I just want to hit on too. Salvador Perez is going to be in the reserves. That's a guy that I just don't know how many more years we're going to be able to see a Hall of Fame catcher like he is, in my opinion. Another guy that's just fun to watch is Josh Naylor for the Cleveland Guardians.
I will just to add, Salvador Perez is only 34.
I know, but he's been playing for forever. And I mean, how many 36-year-old catchers are there in the league?
34.
I know, but
I mean, look at Yadier Molina. He played till he's what,
40-something? 700. Yeah. Another fun guy is another Cleveland Guardian. Just because is David Fry. He's a guy that he'll play catcher, outfield, and first base. So he's all over the place. Just some fun things to kind of watch, guys. And then let me pull it up here. The National League starters is William Contreras, Brewers, Bryce Harper, obviously, Ketel Marte on the Diamondbacks, Alex Bohm, Philly, Trey Turner, Philly, Christian Yelich, the Brewers, Jackson Profar, Padres, that's a surprise one in my mind. Tatis is also out there, and then, of course, Ohtani, who could be probably he could hit a 170 and be in the All-Star game, but I like Ohtani there. He helps the game a lot, and he is a great hitter. I mean, even my saltiness. I mean, great hitter, love him to death. Did you have something you want to hit on?
No, I think you should definitely tune into this because it's just there's players you don't get. How often do you get to watch a Dodgers player play?
Yeah.
Like I'm excited. I couldn't tell you when the last time I watched Ellie De La Cruz taking that bat.
Yeah.
Or even like Ryan McMahon.
Yeah.
The one person that I am gonna say that's super exciting is Jackson Merrill.
Yeah, Jackson Merrill.
And Elliot Ramos from San Francisco.
Yeah.
They've been both killing it this year. And I'll just take a second to talk about Jackson Merrill. He's an all-star in his rookie year as an outfielder. This time last year, he was in single A as a shortstop.
How cool would it be? Paul Skeens. You can't do that. Never. Anyway, Paul Skeens is there. That's pretty awesome. Wow, that's crazy. The National League has two of the biggest rookies in baseball.
And they have like Shoto Amananga.
Shoto Amananga. Yeah, I mean, man, that's wow. Yeah, well, good point, Elijah.
And Yamamoto would be there if he didn't get hurt too.
Yeah,
he definitely would have made it as a pitcher, but he got injured, so that sucks.
Moving on to the Home Run Derby, we have a few more names than last time. Last time I think we just had Gunnar Henderson. Now we have Gunnar Henderson's going to be in at Pete Alonso, Alec Bohm from the Phillies, Bobby Witt Jr. Of course he's there because Henderson's there. They seem to follow each other. And Marcell Ozuna. I will admit, even though I gave a little saltiness on the Bobby Witt Jr., but I do like Bobby Witt Jr. Yeah. I like it. But how cool would it be in the championship?
Gunnar Bobby.
That would be cool. That would be like
the one thing I would like to say is I think we need to make an amendment in baseball. You know how after I'll bring in politics here. In the 1940s, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, he ran for a third term as president, right? Now they made an amendment. You can't do that anymore.
Right.
You can only serve 2 terms. We need to say you can only serve 2 home run derbies. Pete Alonso should not be allowed in anymore. Yeah. This is his 4th or 5th derby. I don't want to see him anymore. That's ridiculous.
Okay, I get you. But now he's kind of like having a cult following.
Still,
the only other thing is he's yet to be paid. He's still in his rookie contract, and he's making $1 million.
No, he's not. He's arbitration.
Arbitration. But he's made more in home run derby winnings than he's probably made in his contract.
Hold on.
Are you gonna pull this up?
Yeah, home run derby.
I could be totally. You win $1 million.
Derby wins
I could be totally wrong. But I mean, I like having him there. He's way better in a home run derby than in real life.
Yeah, so Pete Alonso, when you win a home run derby, you make $1 million. This year he's making $20.5 million.
See, I told you. I was right. Yeah. He's made more. When was that contract?
Arbitration.
That's why. Okay.
That's why I said arbitration.
Okay, I was a year off. Okay, gotcha.
Well, I think it was his second year.
Gotcha.
I don't know, though. It's
moving on to the futures game because I do want to talk about this a little bit. Samuel Basallo, it will be the catcher in the futures game that's on July 13th.
And he will hit a home run. I'm putting it out there.
Yeah, I think he DHs because he still has the arm injury.
You know what this happens? He hits a home run.
Right.
He catches GM's eyes. He gets traded.
Oh, my gosh.
Because I will just like to say, so the MLB draft's coming up soon, right? And the most recent mock draft that MLB put out or whatever, they're never normally right. But it had the Orioles taking a catcher, right? If a catcher falls to us, if whatever prospect is, I have no clue what his name is, but if the catcher falls to us and they take a catcher, there's no way we don't trade Basallo.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Maybe. So anyway, I'm a little wondering why he's we have one of the best farm systems in baseball. We got one person in the futures game, but I also don't want to get too much on that because I don't really know how they picked that. Yeah. So there might be more that goes into it. So like I said, we got a fun week next week coming with the All-Star game. First off, we have this weekend. We have the Yankees series. So we're getting ready to play the Cubs tomorrow. Then we have the Yankees series this weekend. I'm a little nervous about that. It would be great to go into the All-Star break on a high.
Up like 4 or 5 games would be nice.
Yeah. So, and then we have the All-Star break. Like I said, futures game on July 13th. Then we have the Home Run Derby. And then we have the All-Star game, but people probably more want to know about the Celebrity Slow Pitch Softball game before
Obviously,
that. Yeah. I actually have no idea.
I can't. I'm excited. What's his name? Tyler from Dude Perfect.
Is he playing?
Yeah, he's in the home Celebrity Softball game, so that's gonna be cool. He's gonna be the best player, obviously.
Hey, which one? What's he in Dude Perfect?
Yeah.
He's not the best one in Dude Perfect.
Yeah.
I only know one person in Dude Perfect. Cody. There's some guy named Cody on there.
He's not the best one.
He sounds like a stud.
Yeah.
Cody, Dude Perfect. You're
just like a jerk name.
Yeah. No. Cody's definitely, though, not to go on a tangent. Cody is either usually like a hardcore, like a cowboy name, or the exact opposite. Beach and like peach cargo shorts.
Peach cargo shorts.
Like type of name with flip flops.
Puka shell necklace.
Yeah, like there's no median. Well, I guess I am the median because I'm neither one of those.
Yeah.
People have compared me to like a hardcore cowboy though. Yeah. Anyway, we're not going to keep you any longer. We're going to head out. Really appreciate everybody joining us for another episode here on the Utah Street Banter. I'm Cody with Elijah. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube. Like, follow, subscribe, whatever you got to do. Send us a message if you have questions. And we can't wait until see you next week. We're going to do it right. I think we're going to try to do it for the Home Run Derby and then catch some swings, right? So if they want us to, we can come there and get some swings.
Yeah.
But if we,
they could put me in the outfield. They could put me.
I'm hitting.
If Gunner needs an arm,
I'll
come by.
I need a point system. I get a point to hit it out of the infield, a point in the outfield.
I mean, I've heard I'm a great wiffle ball home run derby.
Yeah, right. That's not true. All right, guys. Well, everybody have a great rest of your weekend or week, and we can't wait to see you next week. Have a good one, guys.